Subject English Grammar. Hello students, my name is Shruti Nanaware. So students, today we are going to learn a prose comprehension in English. I'll read the story, then we will start with the explanation. One day in England, a 10-year-old girl called Laura Buxton was in her grandparents' garden. It was her grandparents' wedding anniversary party. There was a bunch of balloons hanging on the trees in different colors. So, this story is of a 10-year-old girl named Laura Buxton. And where she was staying? And she was staying in England with her grandparents. And that day it was her grandparents' wedding anniversary party. And the party was in a garden, and the full garden is decorated with the balloons and all the with different colors of balloons hanging on the trees. Laura took one of the balloons and wrote her name and address on it. She also wrote a message, "Please return to Laura Buxton," on it and sent it to the air. It was windy and the balloons blew away. So as there were lots of balloons in the garden, so Laura took one of the balloon and wrote her name and address on it. She also wrote a message for her that please return to Laura Buxton, and she sent that balloon into the air. As the climate was windy and so the balloons blew away. A few weeks later, a man found the balloon in a garden a long way away. He read the name on it. "That's strange," he thought. "My neighbors are the Buxtons." So he took it to the house next day. So after a few days later, after the party, a man found a balloon on which Laura had written her name and address on it. And he found the balloon in a garden. He read the name which was written on the balloon, and he thought, "That's strange. My neighbors are Buxton." So he took it to the house next door. So he thought that his neighbors are Buxtons. So he took that balloon to the house. They looked at the balloon and were surprised because they had a daughter called Laura too, and she was the same age. Then Laura wrote to another Laura to tell her about the balloon. So when this man took the balloon to the Laura's house and to her family, so they look at the balloon and they were very surprised because they had a daughter and she was also having a same name, and her name was also Laura, and she was of the same age. So their daughter Laura wrote a letter to another Laura to tell her about the balloon that she got. The two Lauras decided to meet. When they met, they were surprised. They weren't very different from each other. They were almost identical. So when one Laura written a letter to another Laura, that time both the Laura decided to meet each other. And when they met, they were very surprised to see that they were not different from each other. They were almost identicals. Identical means looks almost same. They both had the same clothes on. They both had a long brown hair. They both had the same pets, a black dog and a grey rabbit. They both enjoyed the same sports and music. So, of course, they became good friends. So, when they both met each other, when both the Laura meet each other, what happened? They were very surprised to see as both the Lauras were looking almost same. Even the clothes they had wear, that was almost same. They both the Lauras are having the same long hair, long brown hair. In fact, they are having the same pets, that is a black color dog and a grey rabbit. And they both enjoy or they both like the same sport and the music. So their choices were almost same. So of course they became good friends as they liked all the things, as they had enjoyed the same sports, they were liking the same music, the same pets they were having. So they became good friends of each other. So students, it's an activity time for you. So students, here is the activity for you. A. Answer the following questions. So here are the questions and you have to write the answers. First, whose party was Laura at? One day. Second, what was the weather like? Third, how did Laura send a message into the air? Fourth, when did a man find a message? Fifth, what did the two girls look like? Sixth, choose the best title for the story. Options are A. A letter in a balloon. Second, B. The anniversary party. And C. An enjoyable holiday. So students, these are the answers for the questions. So once again, we'll read the question and answer. A, that is answer the following. First question, whose party was Laura at one day? So the answer is Laura was at her grandparents' wedding party. Second, what was the weather like? Answer is the weather was windy. Third, how did Laura send a message into the air? Answer is Laura wrote a message on the balloon and sent it into the air. Fourth, when did a man find the message? Answer, a man find the message a few weeks later. Fifth, what did the two girls look like? The two girls were identical. Sixth, choose the best title for your story. Options are A. A letter in a balloon. B. The anniversary party. And C. An enjoyable holiday. And the answer is a letter in a balloon. Or you can give any name that you like for the story. So students, there is a homework for you. Do it in your notebook. Here is the homework. B. Underline each noun and state its kind. So here are the following questions. From this you have to underline the noun and you have to state its kind, whether it is common noun or proper noun. First, Laura Buxton lived in England. Second, Laura's grandparents had a party in the garden. Third, both girls have a long brown hair. So, students, hope you have understood our today's topic about English prose comprehension. So, keep learning and stay safe. Thank you.